Are you thinking about living in Raleigh, North Carolina and are curious about what it costs? Well, we're going to share everything from the cost of housing to the cost of gas right here in Raleigh. I'm Alison Wojnarowski with Raleigh Realty, and welcome to another episode of our Living In series on Raleigh, North Carolina. We work with many people who move here, and this is always one of the top questions we get. So if you're wondering about the cost of living here, we'll give you some bottom line numbers. You'll probably also learn a few things on some of our local costs as well. If you're not familiar with the area, you'll appreciate this. But let's start by breaking down the housing costs. So the price of housing varies greatly. If you have any additional questions, I can send you some more detailed information. The median list price of a 3-bedroom, roughly 2,000 square foot home is currently just above $430,000. The list prices obviously vary widely depending on location, age of home, among many other things. There are neighborhoods of all shapes and sizes where you can find homes in the mid 200,000s that are older and usually not in the most sought after areas of town. There's also quite a few neighborhoods north of $1 million. Some of these neighborhoods have older charm and history to them, while others are newer builds that incorporate the latest design trends. In general though, home prices increase when you get inside the outer beltline I-540 and then increase even more when you get inside the inner beltline I-440, which surrounds downtown. One misconception of the area is that Raleigh is more rural, and it's easy to find a large home in a neighborhood without an HOA with an acre or more of property for a cheap price. If that's what you're looking for, we'll have to look further outside in the rural suburbs of Raleigh. That's where it's most achievable. Within Raleigh city limits itself, it's uncommon to find a home on a lot greater than half an acre. For those looking at condos in downtown Raleigh, the median list prices are currently around $500,000. That'll also give you somewhere between 1,000 to 1,400 square feet, but it varies drastically based on the location. The pricier condos in the most sought after locations run closer to $800,000 for that same square footage. Switching gears, for those looking to rent an apartment in the area, the average rent for a studio or a 1-bedroom apartment is in the $1,500s, while 2- and 3-bedroom apartments are closer to $1,800 to $2,100 a month. As with housing prices, monthly rents vary greatly with location and amenities. 1-bedroom apartments can be found for closer to $1,000 per month in some of the less sought after areas, while some of the premium areas near downtown will run you over $3,000 a month. If you're looking to rent a home, median rent is around $1,900 per month for a 3-bedroom home. It's no secret that home and rental prices all around the country have increased drastically over the last few years. In Raleigh specifically, both have increased over 30%. This is the largest factor for Raleigh's cost of living increases, just beyond the national average. However, when considering renting versus buying, Raleigh still has plenty of equity for homeowners to gain. So prospective homeowners, get in now while there is still plenty of appreciation to be had. The last few things to consider regarding a home purchase involve taxes and insurance. Raleigh does have property taxes, so expect to pay just over $4,000 annually for a $400,000 home. This is typically escrowed and paid as part of your mortgage. Homeowners insurance is fairly reasonable here. Expect to pay somewhere between $75 to $150 per month on average, depending on the company, the coverage, and the size of the home. Last but not least, some neighborhoods have HOA fees to maintain the common areas. Keep up with a pool or a playground if you have one, or if you don't have a pool, HOA fees are $500 to $1,000 annually. Neighborhoods with pools typically go another $500 to $1,000. I hope this gives you some ideas on the cost of living in terms of housing, but let's go over some of the more day-to-day costs of living right here in Raleigh, which is overall pretty reasonable. Getting back to taxes, North Carolina does have state income tax at a rate of 4.99%. So for those who are not used to paying that, I see you Floridians, that can come as a little bit of a shock. Property taxes also apply to cars and boats, etc., which is something that most people don't expect. For a $40,000 car, expect to pay around $450 annually in taxes, with about $50 in registration renewal fees. For all other goods and services, expect to pay a 7.25% sales tax. Utility prices are very reasonable as well. For the average house, energy bills will typically run about $150 a month between both electric and gas. Water bills average around $40 to $50 per month, and you will pay around $20 a month for garbage services. Gas prices have been changing frequently, but currently we are averaging just under $4 per gallon. Prior to the significant price hike, gas prices were typically in the mid $2 per gallon range. Even with the 38-cent per gallon gas tax, North Carolina is one of the most affordable states for gas prices. Let's talk about food. Who wouldn't want to? Food costs have been on the rise since the pandemic, but Raleigh remains fairly affordable. Grocery costs have been hit the hardest. For your comparison, a gallon of whole milk is $3.50 to $4. Add $3 to that for anything organic. A dozen of grade A large eggs are roughly $2.50 to $3, and a loaf of bread is $3 to $4. Restaurants are pretty affordable here as well. Fast food type restaurants range from $8 to $12 per meal, with more sit-down restaurants averaging closer to $15 to $20 per meal. Typical brand name draft costs around $4 to $5 a beer, while craft beers tack on an extra $2 to $3. Of course, there's higher end restaurants that cost much more, but this is closer to what you normally see. For those who like movies, like me, it costs around $11 for a movie ticket. I hope you gained some valuable information as to the cost of living in Raleigh, North Carolina. Please don't let the home prices cause you hesitation. Our team here at Raleigh Realty has plenty of experience getting people in a variety of situations into the home of their dreams. Remember, it's also an opportunity to get your foot in the door on the equity increases and a reason why so many investors around the country are targeting this area. So if you're interested in finding out more information, please reach out through the contact information in the description and our team will be happy to help. You can also join our Facebook group, Relocating to Raleigh, that has thousands of people just like you collaborating about the area. And don't forget to subscribe below and click the bell for notifications so that you don't miss out on our videos. For more information on Raleigh, check out some of our other videos or visit my website at www.rayrealty.com. I'm Alison Wojnarowski with Raleigh Realty, and thanks for watching. We'll see you in our next video.